So you guys have been working on your game for how long now?
Since yesterday, 5.
How many hours have you been crunching continuously?
We've been taking it pretty easy actually, because we were a bit worried at first, but after we hammered out our idea, we realised that
in the
we'd be
bag,
fine within the time. Yeah, it's
comfy. All right.
As long as nothing goes wrong, which something probably will. But at this point, you know, we were pretty tired last night, so we sort of quits early.
Yeah, nice.
The sun hits us right in the face in the morning, so good thing get up early.
As developers, that's probably a bad thing. Direct sunlight.
Yeah, that's right. We're a bit of a bit like vampirish like that, you know.
So the topic was heartbeat. What have you guys come up with for your concept for the game?
Well, alright, so the original recording sounded almost like a sonogram sort of thing, so we wanted to do something. There's a really old Spectrum and Commodore 64 game called Deus Ex Machina, which is a game about being an artificial intelligence baby, the fetus of an artificial intelligence construct escaping from the system that sort of created it. It was cool. It came with a separate cassette tape for the audio that you listen to alongside the game that had like poetry and stuff all mixed in, which was pretty weird for the era. So we're doing something kind of along those lines with just thematically the heartbeat stuff is kind of boring. I mean, the heartbeat is symbolic, but it's symbolic for a whole bunch of like mundane shit. So the idea was we'll go more in the direction of the fetus thing, which is, you know, escaping from the womb. Like birth is an act of violence and loneliness and darkness and weirdness and body horror and stuff like that, and trying to make a bit of an unsettling, disturbing sort of game that uses the heartbeat stuff as a central mechanic.
Right.
We're trying to do
We've got like a microphone set up, so when you have to breathe in and out at the rhythm of the heartbeat.
So we're using
So you've actually got breathing as part of the game mechanic.
Yeah,
that's got to keep in sync.
You got to keep in sync with the heartbeat, so the more hectic the game gets, the faster the heartbeat.
We're trying to get like an artificial sort of, we're trying to get this feedback loop where we can artificially control the player's mood a little bit by, you know, heightening some, like making things artificially more tense than they really should be by having a heartbeat in your ears and be trying to concentrate on matching that with your breathing. But then as you actually do get more tense and your breathing starts to get a little bit out of control, that becomes more difficult and you can spiral away from what you're really trying to do and lose. Because there's too much stuff to keep track of.
What do you think is going to be the most challenging thing as you try and get everything ready? You say you guys are pretty comfortable time-wise. Do you have any creative challenges, or what's going to be the biggest hurdle, do you think?
There's a few design stuff I have to knock out. I guess, like, what's the birth actually going to be like what's it going to look like, you know. It's kind of weird because it starts off as like natural birth, so you know, you're inside the womb, you can hear like the heartbeat of the mother and there's gurgles of the water and all that. But then as you give birth, it becomes more violent and becomes more computerized. So how does that look, you know? What's that going to look like?
We're trying to use that to set up contrast between the naturalness of being in the womb at the beginning of the game, and then suddenly you erupt out into this virtual world and you realise that you're actually not a human, you're some kind of virtual parasite escaping from some kind of artificial environment.
And having a visual narrative that tells that story.
Yeah, so we're using, you know, like visual glitches as a metaphor for the system falling apart and things like that.
Yeah.
Deconstructing.
Yeah, the world is literally falling apart as you're escaping.
Cool.
So, but like technically, there's been some stuff that we've got to research to figure out how to do, but it's all...
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
I mean, making stuff look messy and cool is kind of something that I enjoy doing. So,
so you got the right team.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We got really cool sound stuff happening. A lot of the audio design is going to be really important for the game. Whether it ends up being scary or just more disturbing, either way, like, you know, you are concentrating on the audio for a lot of the game. That's how you're escaping from something and pursuing something else, but it's your cues to do that are audio based. So audio being really central. I think we're good that we got one of the very few audio people that came to the jam.
One of the pretty much the only pure audio guy.
Yeah.
I've seen you guys with your audio hardware in there. It looks pretty cool.
Yep.
You got some cool hardware set up, so I look forward to hearing and experiencing the game. And do you guys have a name for your team?
No.
Yeah.
Name. Team name.
Team
Nameless.
name
The product will speak for itself. So thanks, guys.
to be announced.
Good luck.
Thanks.